and welcome. Now, I've just finished my 8:30 show and I'm back today, sorry, right now, to do the weekly forecast. So I use my tarot deck, the Mythic Tarot, to bring you some guidance around the week ahead. So I'm just going to run through what my interpretation of the cards as we go, and then it'll be sitting up here on Facebook and YouTube for you to go back and have a look and see how that's going to affect you this week. So I'm not answering any questions right now. I'm actually choosing 6 cards and I'm just going to read them and then I'm going to go. So, and you can have a look and see how that works for you for this week, but I'll explain it as we go along. Every week I choose 6 cards and read those cards and see what's influencing us. And this is for week beginning July 12th. And then I interpret those cards for a little bit of guidance. So, as I said, Mythic Tarot Deck I'm using. I've just chosen 6 cards from the deck and let's start. So, card number 1 is our energy, how we're feeling, what we know about what's coming for us this week. So, and how we're actually interacting this week. So we've got the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands represents feeling like we're fired up and we think, I can do this. And that's what the 7 of Wands is really pushing us to say, you know what, you can do this. You've got this, right? You can actually, it helps you see a way forward. I've got this, and the universe has got your back, and you're feeling confident, and all those things that will help you grab that thing that you want to do, whether it's something creative or whether it's something, you want to pursue a relationship or a job or whatever it is that you want to step into, definitely feeling better about yourself. So how is our soul showing us the way or influencing or opening up the way so that we can feel better for ourselves? Now, we might not be feeling better, but that energy is there and available for us to tap into. So how is our soul or our guidance showing us how to tap into that energy? Well, we have here the Justice card. So the Justice card brings forward all of our boundaries. So in other words, no more compromising. So whenever something doesn't feel okay and interferes with our confidence, the Justice card, our soul energy, is going to step in and say no. And you're going to go, you know what? No. And you're going to back yourself, right? Rather than just, rather than saying, rather than two-siding everything, you're going to put some boundaries up and say yes or no. It's either in or it's out. And it's going to be so clear. And that's what she's here for, to help you do, because we want the confidence to be boosted. So what's sort of going to be challenged? What's going to make us a bit fearful, but also to build up our strengths, because it'll be that little chink in our armor that just detracts us from that feeling confident. So what's going on here? Look at the Death card. Look at that. So we don't fear death, but we fear change. And so we can feel shift and change around us. We don't like, or we fear that when something new comes in, that we're not going to know what it is. We're not going to know what to do. There's not enough information. More often than not, the Death card turns up when one door is shut, or still sort of hanging in limbo a bit, for that next door to open. And so that's what we don't like. We fear, we feel uncomfortable, and we think something's coming to get us, or that we're doing something wrong. So the Death card means that there's going to be a little bit of discomfort. The discomfort comes from standing still for a moment to work things out. That not everything's going to come at you at speed, so that we feel confident, so that we can see things clearly and decide no or yes. No more compromising. Okay, so what is our reaction? How are we going to behave? What's our first thing we're going to do when all this starts to happen? Oh my goodness. Our creativity is just going to be like, right, I can do anything. And we're going to feel free enough, and we can actually see the pathway clear, and we can step into that pathway. So all of this, there's no more blocks, right? So there can't be any more excuses anymore for not stepping into that thing. And we're going to feel excited about it. And we're actually going to think, I can do this, because we are confident and no more compromising. You can do it. So the action, you're going to feel free. We are all going to feel free. Now, this isn't a doing card. This is a feeling. I feel free. I feel creative. I can see that way. So our response is to say, I got this. I got this. I can do this. But what is the future? New beginnings. So I love this. So all this confidence that's building up, no more compromising, being okay with sometimes the quiet times, seeing our way forward, new beginnings. So this means that this is like a preparation. The fool is sitting in the future, the possible future. That means we're being prepped for that new beginning. We're being prepped to step off into this wonderful new pathway. The fool is not afraid. The fool, I'm focusing on the fool stepping off the cliff, right? Because we know everything is just full steam ahead. We don't just think about it, right? The fool is there waiting for us to step into that new path. That, to me, that means that all this prep work we're doing this week is opening up that new pathway. Now, we already know what that is because we can see clearly where we're going. We know what it is that we want because this is sitting here. We know that the Justice card is saying, you know what, I'm going to help you work out what's going to impede you and what's going to move you forward and be okay. We're going to back you with this. A lot of backing with us this week, a lot of clarity and a lot of motivation to actually want to do this and want to move forward. So expect a lot of energy surge to do back up this week. I'm celebrating already that to have this energy coming forward. So, expect that surge to happen, to think, right, it's going to be happening now. As I said, the only sort of hiccup is around the death card. It's either quiet times or it's happening too fast or it's happening too slow. It's not happening at the times I'd like it to happen. Everything's happening in the right time and you got to feel okay about things. So what is our soul? What is our soul journey? What is our lesson from this? We have Queen of Swords. So we have the Queen of Swords card here. She represents, I suppose, she represents a teacher. Just bear with me. She represents like she takes no prisoners, but she speaks her truth. So she's showing us like that our spiritual self, our journey, it's about walking our talk. Thank you. Thanks, guys. We're walking our talk. So the Queen of Swords is working with us on a soul level, on a spiritual level, to help us live our truth. So how can we live our truth in the best, like for our best selves, not for what anyone else wants us to do, but what we're best at? How can we express the best part of ourselves? Because we have the card that helps us feel confident and know that we have a place in this world, and know that, you know what, I want to do this, and we're going to get all fired up because we feel good about who we are. We're not going to compromise anything this week. We're going to decide this one. This is either this or this. Lots of swords. I've got the queens around with their swords, cutting through all that rubbish. I love it. The Queen of Swords. She is the teacher. She is the truth teller. She takes no prisoners. However, she knows herself. So again, it's not about, because we've got the Queen working with us on a soul level or on our karmic level, it's not about us doing something bigger for the greater good. We're doing it for ourselves. So first of all, we walk comfortably in our own talk. And once we walk comfortably in our own talk, then we can then go out and serve. We can then work with the bigger picture. We know ourselves first. And so we must be able to walk our talk and stand up for what we believe in and say, you know what, this is what I do. Like, for a long time, it took me a while to say, when somebody said, Vicki, what do you do for a living? I'll go, no, I'll say, I'm a psychic reader. And people go, okay, I still sometimes wait for that reaction, but I'm not afraid of it anymore. I don't sort of worry about, I'm living and walking my truth. And it took a while for that to happen, but that's what this week is all about. It's about being comfortable with who we are, because we can see the value in chasing that. Not so much that dream, but the confidence that we have in our abilities, that we can actually make a difference in our own lives. And when we walk our talk, and it's the Queen of Swords, then nothing can stop us. And once we understand that we're capable of doing that for ourselves, we can take it to the wider community, the wider world. So that's the week ahead. It sounds like a big week, doesn't it? And it doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be sometimes the small things as well. But at the end of the day, we're going to we're going to touch on a deeper part of who we are, to say, you know what, I've got this. We'll know that the universe has our back. We'll know that the pathway is clear. There's nothing in the way anymore. Think, well, why not give it a go? So we will. And then when we're walking our own talk, we're walking our own truth, nothing can stop you. And you'll just be so pleased with the results. I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. That's the weekly forecast for week beginning July 12th, 2021. Stay tuned for next week. I'll probably do it again about this same time, but it's up on YouTube, up on Facebook. You can go back and refer to it anytime. Anyway, thanks. Have a great week, and I'll see you next Sunday. With love from me to you. Goodbye.